Live from New York, it's the Boomtown Hoops pre-draft show. I'm your host, Bobby Howard, with you today to answer your questions about the draft, just kind of hang out with you, get through some of these pre-draft jitters, because let's be honest, it has been a stressful month for Thunder fans. Since the lottery dropped, we don't really know what Presti's going to do. He's such a wily figure, and 6 is such a weird placement in this draft that we don't know if he's going to stay put for someone like James Bouknight, which we'll talk about. If he'll try to move up for King's ransom of picks, which is what it's shaping out to be, or I don't know, just shock us all like he typically does. But I'm here to answer your questions, here to hang out with you a bit. Let's be honest, a little stressed here. Shout out my guy Hunter. Shout out Hot Shot or Top Shot, Hot Shot. Missed myself some Top Shot, but let's just start with the most pressing issue that everyone's really been looking at since the draft lottery. Can the Thunder move up? Now, I don't know if this is more of a situation where these teams are trying to bolster their position here, or maybe they just really value these top 4 picks, specifically the top 3. But all reports seem to me that it's going to take a lot for Sam Presti to get a top 3 pick. Even Mobley at 3 with Cleveland seems to be tough. That it would be a big price. So that could just be part of the push and pull. Presti's keeps things close to the vest. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I think Cleveland at 3 is the most likely option. I don't see Houston trading down. They love Jalen Green, and I don't think it's worth trading up for 4 as much as I like a guy like Scotty Barnes or Jalen Suggs. I think that would be just a little bit too much to get. So we'll see where that goes. I personally think they stay put at 6, or I don't know. I think 3 would be shocking. For sure. So let's talk about what the Thunder would do at 6. And the most likely option, James Bouknight. This has been something that has kind of come on late. When we first got number 6, it was all Scotty Barnes. Barnes rose so high in a lot of people's minds that he's now out of the way. Not happening. I think Barnes is not going to happen for the Thunder. Just when we talked ourselves into Scotty Barnes, he moves right out of our reach. So that's, of course. But it seems to me that James Bouknight is the pick here. Bouknight seems to like the Thunder. He's talked quite a bit about how much he would fit well with Shea, that he had meetings with Sam Presti, that he is just in general really receptive to that fit. And that is good to hear, because his scoring ability, the ability to just get a bucket on his own, is something that the Thunder desperately need. Because other than Shea, that's just him. That is just Shea. Dort has had to do that on his own, and that is not really his spot. But Bouknight would be a great add if the Thunder stay at 6. I think that's probably the most likely scenario. But Presti surprised us. There's been some Moses Moody talk. There's been a lot of some talks about moving down, even, which would be a disappointment. But you never know with Presti. Let's answer some questions real quick. My guy Hot Shot. Do you believe Presti really offered 6 at SGA for the number 1? I don't know. I think maybe he kind of was kind of testing the market a bit. Maybe not a full on offer, but I think he might have talked about try to press Troy Weaver, see what he would give up for it, and maybe SGA in the 6 came up as like a let's push this brick and see if it goes. It's kind of like Jenga. I think Presti was just kind of poking each little block, seeing what moves, seeing what wiggles, to get a good idea of what Troy Weaver's thinking, how much he's into Cade Cunningham. And Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN seems to report that the Pistons are set on Cunningham. Does not seem like they're moving on from Cade. But we'll see. The draft is crazy. Anything can happen. Hunter is fully prepared for the move to 4. My favorite prospect in the draft. It's Cade. I think it's definitely Cade. his ability to score, his ability to distribute, it is unlike any in this draft. He is a Ben Simmons that can actually shoot, actually, you know, play a well-rounded game. I really thought he was great at Oklahoma State. He had issues where teams would triple team him. The Big 12 is a beast of a conference, but you know, I think he's the type of guy who can really translate to the NBA. He's the most sure fit for sure. But other than Cade, I'll go Mobley. I really like Evan Mobley's size. His scoring ability is just unmatched. He's this just wild combination of. I believe I saw someone refer to him as Chris Bosh with. Can't remember the other player, but let's just go with. Shoot, I'm blanking so hard, but dude's insane. So I would love Mobley if we can somehow get him. Nate's in 5. What's up? Good to see you. If we take Wagner at 6, I'll go to sleep right then. Honestly, Wagner is my least favorite in the 6th spot. I would be a little bummed with Wagner, but I will say, you know, the only one worst. Mr. Wesketball asks if we can trade up for Seguin with 16 and 18 with no centers on the team. I think, spoiler alert for the rest of the show, I think that's what's going to happen with those 2 picks. I think we're going to go after a center, be it Seguin or Kai Jones of Texas. I think either of those picks could be pretty good, but we'll see. I will say Seguin at 6 would make me. I don't know if I could go to sleep. I would just be mad and not be able to sleep at all. Yeah, that's right. Chris Bosh and AD defense. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate the coverage. It's been a long day. I woke up early, flew out here. But, you know, got to give you all the content. Got to give you all that good stuff. Feels like 94. I think that's Britton. He's a Rockets fan. So, yeah. I mean, if you picked Mobley, it would feel like, 88 when y'all picked Elijah on. So, I don't know. But yeah, I think I would go just to really. I think if you get Book Knight at 6 and then trade up, get a center, that's my best case scenario. Seguin, iffy on. He's pretty solid. You know, I feel like he kind of jams up the middle a little bit more than you'd like. Not the biggest fan, but you know, I think you have to do your best with what you have. I think you definitely see a center drafted tonight, 100%, given the Thunder's roster limitations where we have 0 centers, which is crazy. But let's take a look at the other option at 6 here. Jonathan Kuminga. This is a guy who has probably been the biggest faller in the draft. Was a solid, let's say, 5th pick, going as far back as early spring. It was he was even kind of considered a part of the Big 5, but there are some concerns about his shooting, concerns about his play in the G League bubble. I thought he was okay. I think it's really hard to judge the G League bubble performers because we've never seen that before. We've never seen athletes that young really go through it. The last time we saw anything close to that was, you know, when high schoolers were literally going to the NBA, and that was a mixed bag. But I would not be upset with Kuminga. I feel like it's a little cold that we pick him. I don't think we do that. But it fits the Presti mold, and Presti would know Kuminga and Green really more than anyone else. He spent the full time in the bubble by himself, just hanging out in Orlando watching this. So he would know if he lacked Kuminga by now. I think he has a lot of upside. This is a guy you swing for the fences with. Wouldn't hate it. And then we have a question here about Jalen Johnson. It's a potential steal. You know, I don't hate it. I think just given the importance of those 2 picks and given where the roster is right now, and yeah, I know, like, that's the thing is you really need everybody. A lot of people have said it, and it's true. You really need every position. There's not a single position. You take the best player you can, and you know Johnson works as a small forward, as a swing. I'm not fully on him. I'm iffy on him. I think you can get a center I think you focus more on getting a center rather than you get a wing at where the Thunder are right now. I think there are some pretty solid centers in that middle ground. But Derek, do we see any way of the Thunder trading back? I could see it if there's a really good offer from a Charlotte, or Charlotte's the one who's is an aggressive mover here. Maybe Memphis is also pretty aggressive in moving at 10. Trying to move up into that the deeper into the lottery. I could see it if it's for the right price. But I don't know. These top 10, top 6 type of picks, they don't come around often. And you can really change a franchise with it. And I think that matters probably more right now. If you can get a guy right now and try to get it, I think you go with that. Audio Adam. Thoughts on trading Sexton for the right price? Trading for Sexton for the right price. Don't like the fit. I don't like the idea of getting another point guard who is also, I don't like the fit with Shea, for one. For two, I don't like the contract fit with Shea and Sexton at the same time, both, ending their rookie deals. I don't think it works for Oklahoma City. That's a hard flip for me. You'd have to take on some sort of, have to get some sort of really good asset. If we got number 3 for Sexton, I would eat it. I would rather take Kevin Love's bad contract. Honestly, I don't know if they would take Kimba, but I would rather take on money than have Colin Sexton who we have to pay, if that makes any sense. It's just not a fan of the fit. I think it could be a too many cooks situation, but we'll see. And that's what I'm really interested in tonight the most is what happens with Kimba. If anyone moves on, if we lose a guy like Poku or Dort or, knock on wood, Shea I don't think there's anyone available outside of Cade Cunningham that you give up for Shea. I think Cunningham's like it. So I just feel like tonight could be a moment of a massive change for the Thunder. I think we're going to see a lot happen. The Thunder are always very active. So it is definitely a night to really watch. Shout out my guy, Jameson. Hello. How many firsts would I be willing to give up for the 3? And he thinks 6, LA 22, 18, 16, future first. I don't hate that. I would if Cleveland would take that deal, I would send that over. I'd send it over right heckin' now, man. I don't know why I just said heckin' on the internet. People are gonna roast me for that one. But I think that Clippers 22 is a very sneaky good pick with Kawhi Leonard out for the foreseeable future. So basically you have 3 mid first, which you can, really, you can't package the ones now, but that's a pretty good deal. I think Cleveland would look into that. They need more than just one guy right now. I think if you're the Cavs, you want to start trying to win or start trying to push the needle a little bit. And that future first, just take your pick. I would not want to give up one of the ones. I don't think you can give up a swap, but I wouldn't want to give up any swaps for, the Houston Rockets or deep down the line Clippers. I think the Clippers are about to collapse big time. Throwing Baisley. Yeah. I think Baisley, as my guy Sean would say, is the most likely to go here. That would be a bummer. Weston, I feel you. I feel it in the air. I feel it. It's going to happen. We're going to have something crazy happen for sure. Next year's unprotected. Well, hey, look, upside if we give up next year's unprotected, no reason to tank anymore. There we go. We can start trying to win. There's no reason to tank. We can just have fun. Or on the other side, if we're actually really bad, then, we're miserable and we don't even have our pick. But I don't know. That's tough. I don't know if Presti would give that one. Cody, I also feel it in my plums. What else am I doing in New York City other than the draft? Am I going all home alone? Boomtown lost to New York. That's funny. Yeah. No, just gonna ride around in a limo with some pizza. Just live it up for sure. Honestly, it's really just a draft. I'm flying home tomorrow. It is a whirlwind story that don't I don't know how to explain it. Don't really know if I want to explain it. It's been a crazy day, a crazy 72 hours that have led me to this point, but it's going to be fun. Y'all got to follow this coverage. It is going to be some crazy stuff. This is not a typical media thing where I'm going to be sitting at a desk and getting all the scoops. I might not get a scoop, but I'm gonna get to see some cool stuff. I'm telling you, this is going to be wild. So back to basketball stuff. Thunder Italia, awesome stuff. I love seeing the team accounts from different countries. I truly love it. So do I prefer Sengun or Kai Jones? It's I'm a sucker for athletic bigs. I like Kai Jones. I saw him at Texas play my beloved Oklahoma Sooners. And I think he's good. I love the athleticism. I love the energy. I think he has a pretty good upside. Sengun is not bad either, but I don't know. I feel like we need to diversify who we have a little bit more. We don't have a lot of like big men that like are energetic. We don't have any big men at all. So little athleticism would go well with the youth. I would personally go like kind of steer Kai Jones, but I could be wrong. I think it's up to whatever you want. I totally get. It's hard to drafting's hard, man. This is not as much fun as just watching good basketball. It's hard to figure out what's going to hit. So, but it is easy to just trust Presti and let him roll with it. So, yeah, it is going to be quite an evening for Thunder fans. But, well, folks, I'm about out of things to talk about, and there's a big apple out there, and I want to go explore a little bit. So I am going to probably sign on off if that is the end of the questions. Make sure to keep it tuned in here to Boomtown Hoops. We will have coverage all night. Have coverage from me, live from the Barclays Center. And we'll have people tweeting. We might even do a post show. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how the Wi-Fi is at Barclays. Don't know what everyone else is up to, but it's going to be good. So keep it tuned to Boomtown Hoops. This is going to be the most unique coverage you're going to see all night for sure. And yeah, we'll keep you posted. We'll keep you posted on what the Thunder do. This is going to be a fun night. Just remember to take a deep breath, trust Presti, and just enjoy it. This is fun. This is what we waited all year for. So let's just have a good time. Yeah. I don't know. I need to get rid of Jonathan Kuminga. I'm not Jonathan Kuminga, but all right. That's enough for today. Y'all have a good draft day. Stay calm. Trust Presti. And Thunder up. Going Marvel here, a little post credit scene. Lakers finally moved Kyle Kuzma. They're sitting Kyle Kuzma and Montrezl Harrell for Buddy Hield. That's a deal right there. I like that fit. I like Buddy for the Lakers. That makes me happy for Buddy. Always a big Laker fan. Always big on Kobe. So good for Buddy. And we're moving, folks. We are moving. This draft is going. So that's it. Bobby Howard will return at some point.